Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this microphone here, I've already addressed it previously because of course people weren't really able to hear me very well. I hope I've got all the levels sorted out. My partner is a huge music tech person, so because of that I was quite fortunate enough to already have a mic right here, but I on the other hand am completely music tech inept. I just can't. So I basically asked him and found one and sourced it, and now it's here. So I'm hoping that it is a hell of a lot better than it was. I hope everyone has got their coffee and things. So I was actually going to do a react to this video, the SACCONEJOLY video. I cover them so much on my channel because there's just always so much to talk about. I've got an interest in just their journey. I mean, if you've clicked on this video, you probably do too. Also, let me know down in the comments if you as a family or as a person or whoever you are, do you have matching mugs or do you just have loads of random ones? Because I do. I've never been to anyone's house where they actually have matching sets. I can't. I just have loads of random ones. Anyway, let me know. Okay, so every single time I come on and I cover them, it's because they've done something else. And of course they've done something else. I was actually thinking, I was like, oh, should I react to this? And I was like, I can't react to this because this doesn't have an adult in sight. Adult who? Child-led content who? They're not, no adult is present in the making of this video, okay? Apart from blatantly Jonathan editing it.
Daddy makes and all my friends were invisible.
Basically it's Edie and Alessia basically doing a house tour, and I've got so many thoughts. I've also got loads of thoughts to do with other things as well that I've come across. As usual, whenever I do a SACCONEJOLY video, I basically just present loads of information that I found over on Instagram or over sometimes on their subreddit and all this kind of stuff. So I just sort of come on and I'm like, yeah, this is what's happening. So basically, he's gone from saying I want to take my children off of the platform, I don't want to do child-led content, I would never do child-led content, to now literally saying that maybe he made an Instagram story where he said that he thinks he is the negativity, i.e. Jonathan, and that he just wants his own kids to run the platform. And I'm like, is that even allowed? Now, when I watched this video, because it's for kids, before we get into any of the stuff that I found, oh my god, he's a massive lump. So before we get into anything, absolutely anything that I found about this video, I just want to say that who is this video for? Who is it for? Who is actually watching this video? Because I'm not their biggest fan, I wouldn't choose to watch their this house tour with just their kids in it. But also, who is it for? Now, I don't think this is for adults. I don't think this is for adults at all. I mean, we're going to get into some things that I find particularly a little bit strange about this video, but I don't think this is intended for adults, at least not, But he hasn't put that it's made for kids, because saying that it's made for kids gets rid of your comments. It also limits your reach as well, so it will only go to people who have a kids platform, or it basically limits your post. If he wants this to be for kids because he wants to turn it into a kid channel, he needs to actually make sure that he's ticked that made for kids little box. He needs to tick that little box, and you do that when you upload a video. Otherwise, he's breaking some rules. Who is this for? Do you know what I mean? Not for me, and I'm an adult, so I don't really know. One person did say, always been such a huge fan of you guys, but disappointed to see ads on a video that is 100% just for kids. I understand this may have been their idea and is a creative outlet, but monetizing it is such a 180 from delisting all your videos the other week for their protection. Hate to be negative, but just hope you guys think on this. I know you want the best for them, but this just doesn't sit well with me as a long-time viewer. Now, this person's an actual long-term viewer / fan. And they're saying this. I mean, I've always thought this. I've always thought family channels, when the sole purpose of the channel is your children, I never think that they should be under the made for everyone. They should just be made for kids. But this person has a good point. If he's wanting to do a kid-only channel, he needs to put made for kids. He should be made for kids. Why are kids making adult-approved content? Or kids shouldn't be making content that's made for adults. I don't particularly like the massive toy review channels, like Ryan's Toys and all of that. I don't really like all of that because it's I don't know. I think if you're doing a toy review, yeah, fine, but to have a whole channel where it's just your child, but I'm pretty sure those videos are made for kids, but he hasn't put made for kids. So that's a little bit concerning now, isn't it? What do you guys think about that? Because
I think it's a little bit concerning there.
Going into the video, now the number one thing, and this might be me being a little bit nitpicky, and a little bit not judgmental. I think that, so Edie is wearing a crop top. I see 7, 8-year-old kids wearing crop tops out and about. I do see it. And normally I don't really pass judgment because I'm seeing it like in person. It depends on how young the kid is. I'm not getting into this, but to have, and that is out and about. If you're doing a video where Edie is wearing a crop top, and I can't really tell if she's got makeup on or not, but she looks a little bit done up. Like, let's be completely real with ourselves. And you guys might think, oh, some of you might think, oh, that's being really nitpicky and out of order for you to say. But I think that if he's putting all of this out to such a large audience, I think he's got to be quite careful as to how the kids dress. And it's not just with their family, it's with a lot of other families as well. And Jonathan will, you know, he made a post the other day saying that, oh, we're getting some hair extensions for Edie to see what she'll look like and things. And it feeds back into the, if you're a girl, you wear crop tops and short skirts and you have long hair and you wear lots of makeup. They're sort of feeding into that. And Edie might quite like that, but I think it's because that is what she's being programmed to think and do, if that makes any sense. If you are on a platform and you've made that decision to put it onto a channel with loads of maybe slightly strange people watching, because you don't know who's watching. And yeah, you could say you don't know who's down the street, and once again, that is true. However, those people are not going to stop and take a photograph and, you know, of your child. But if it's on a public platform, you just don't know who gets hold of this kind of imagery. I hope that makes some sense. It was an extremely rehearsed video. You can tell that Jonathan has given Edie quite a lot of one-liners to say, it's really staged without Jonathan actually being there, and you can kind of hear some of his jokes like through Edie. It's something that Jonathan would say, and it all just feels a little bit weird. Jonathan says that, oh, Edie and whoever wants to do this, but a lot of the things that they're saying, not Alessia because she's too little, but a lot of the things that Edie's saying, for example, I can sort of imagine Jonathan saying. It's almost like he's told her to say these things. Another thing as well, they go into all these different places in the house, and number one, they pick up Jonathan's book, All My Friends Are Invisible. Like, they have loads of books to choose from. Jonathan's blatantly gone, oh, go and pick that book up. And then also Edie goes and picks up the Celebrity Dad of the Year award just to pick it up, just like picks up various different things.
He is Celebrity Dad of the Year.
That are obviously just to promote Jonathan. It's so bizarre. It's like Jonathan doesn't actually want to be on YouTube, but he's trying to still make it all about him, if that makes any sense. I thought Anna would have wanted to be involved in this, even if Jonathan doesn't want to be involved. I still feel like it would have been good if Anna was there, because I do think it's slightly strange just seeing kids doing this sort of stuff. How is it they go into, I think it's Amelia's room or somewhere, maybe, and she sat at her computer, and she so obviously doesn't want to be hassled, but they go over there and try and talk to her anyway, and she so obviously wants to be left alone. And this may sound nitpicky, but it just felt like a bit, when I was watching that bit, I felt like it was a slight invasion of privacy, and the fact that she obviously didn't really want to be hassled, and if she didn't want to be hassled in that moment, she's also not old enough to realise that that exact clip is going to be put on the internet. So not only did she not want to be hassled when they came into the room, but she also is not going to realise that now that's going to be on the internet. And it just, do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they should have incorporated, I don't want any of the kids on it, but I feel like the other kids didn't really know what was happening. Another bit as well is that they said we can't go upstairs, and this is, I'm so nosy, I want to know. They're like, oh, can't go upstairs. And isn't upstairs Jonathan's, like, I don't mean this to sound really rude, but it's, he always used to post that it was like an upstairs, like a dressing room or something. He's like got all of his dressing up clothes. I don't know. He's got loads of stuff up there. What is upstairs? Why can't we go upstairs? They showed us the most blandest bits of the house, but they didn't show us any of the really interesting bits, but that's just me being a little bit nosy. There was like a subtle bit of shade thrown at Stacey Dooley in that. It's weird, like they went into the room that she would have been staying in, and they said, this is the room for when someone stays who we can't talk about, or something a bit like that, and I'm just a bit like, what are you talking about?
This is a room where people sleep that we never talk about.
I just feel like they just don't know what, I mean, he really doesn't know what he's doing with his channel now, does he? He really doesn't know. The section reflects that as well. I mean, people are ultra confused. This fan said, we're all just humans trying to navigate this thing called life. Things change, people change their minds, kids grow up and have their own opinions and want to make their own choices, etc. Let's support them as a family and where they are in their journey today, and if that changes, it's okay. It's called evolution. If you don't like this chapter, that's okay, but be nice and maybe go watch something you do like, which, to be fair, this person did actually phrase it in a really nice way. But what she said when she said kids grow up and have their own opinions and want to make their own choices, yes, they do. I don't know whether or not, I think she's mostly just referring to the fact that that, you know, Jonathan has flip-flopped so much with the channel. Yeah, you can change and all of that, but when it's involving your kids being on a public platform and your whole dilemma is whether or not to keep them on the channel or take them off, I don't feel like no, because their kids don't have a choice in that. It's basically Jonathan just making it up for them, and even if they do say that they want to be on the channel, they can't consent to that. So I don't understand it. But then again, these people that are fans love family channel content, and they don't necessarily see what is the matter with it. And not all channels that feature their kids are problematic, but the ones that really exploit their kids are. And sometimes it's really, really hard for these people to understand that there's definitely a difference. It just makes everything a lot harder. I thought you said this channel wasn't going to have the kids in the videos anymore. What happened to no child-led content? It wasn't making them enough money. How will they pay mortgage and their luxury cars? Those kids feed and clothe them. The whole using Edie on the title every time now is horrible, like the other kids don't exist. It is true. It is true. The Edie sort of being used as the poster child for not only the trans movement, which we're going to find out in this documentary that they're doing, but also the face of their YouTube channel, the thing that brings in the views for them. You know, it is ultra complicated. Another thing as well, when they said that how will they pay the mortgage and things, I reckon either Jonathan has caught on that everyone is being nosy about his move. In the last video I did about them, I said that I think they're going to be moving because Jonathan made a cryptic post basically saying it'll be really sad to leave here. He made another cryptic post. He's getting loads of messages about it, probably. But he made another cryptic post saying that they said that we could take the pool when we leave. He's either drumming up conspiracies, in which case he's reeled me in. I'm a fish on the end of his hook. If that is the case, if that's all he's trying to do, I'm here for it. Why am I so invested? I don't know. But all that, or he actually is moving. How can they afford that place? That's what I think, but whatever. I think they bought it for like just under $1 million of what I remember. But they did so many renovations to that house that it's basically unrecognizable in some parts, like the annex, and they had this whole separate kitchen that was like quite, I don't know, it was quite dated in a way, but I quite liked it. If you see my house is really, really dated, but I quite like it that way. Also keeps on baiting about one of his other kids being within the LGBTQ+ community as well. And I just think it's odd. He made a post saying, my child that connects with me deeply, if you know, you know, and it looks like some sort of an LGBTQ+ drawing. But he's also drummed up conspiracy with this before, and I'm not gonna sit here and try and decipher which one it is because I don't really care, in all honesty. What I do care about is the fact that he is once again using another child of his to try and like band everyone in. I mean, what are the chances of having 3 people in that household all have identity, not issues, but all have identity, sort of like a warped sense of identity or something? I'm not saying there's anything the matter with it, I'm just saying that they're not all completely straight, if you know what I mean. Like, what are the chances? There must be a statistic in there somewhere, but he is desperate to have his whole family be part of that community. And yeah, it's just so bizarre. What do you guys think about them just doing children content? I think I'm gonna hold off on the SACCONEJOLY. I'm not gonna comment on every single video they ever do, don't worry. But I just thought it was important to note in case you guys were any of you were completely lost in what they're actually doing now. If you wanna know, they're making child-led content, which is something they never said they never do, but they do it anyway. So yeah, so that's basically what they are doing. What I am doing now is I've just finished cleaning out the guinea pigs, and now I'm going to go and pick up my little girl, one of them, and then try and fit in my workout. I've been really beating myself up recently with these workouts, you know what I mean, trying to like get back into it a little bit, and I just feel really stiff all the time, like a broken swing. I don't know. Thank you so much for watching. Hi. Day wherever you are in this world, and I will catch up with you guys in the next video.